giving yourself to him. No. He's also giving himself to you.
Of course.
So you're expecting a reward for having given yourself.
No, but
when
it's
only
nice
reward
to see that once you've done having sex with someone on both sides, that the feelings are still mutual, because some people could sleep with you and they're like, I'm done with you.
Sure, but from a woman's perspective, you could go on a date with her. You could take her to Paris, to the Eiffel Tower, get a 6-star hotel, the whole shebang, the whole spiel, like the whole romantic experience, and you drop, I don't know, $2,000-$3,000 on a single date, and then she will at the end of the night still decide whether or not you get to sleep with her.
Yeah.
Why?
Because if I don't care how much you're flashing in front of me, if I'm not feeling you, I'm not gonna sleep with you. What you do to impress me is a you thing. You should want to woo me. You called me on this date.
Okay.
I
so
get to
you're
decide
gonna eat.
I like
so you're
you
gonna,
or not.
Okay, so you're gonna eat the food.
Yes.
You're gonna fly on the jet.
Yes.
You're gonna sit in the yacht, and then you still at the end of the day be like, I'm not sleeping with you today.
Yeah, I'm not feeling you. I'm not gonna sleep with you. Shit. And also, you need to make it very clear in the beginning that is either on the table or not. And you need to read the room.
That's always on the table. That's always on the table. That is always on the table. No woman or man goes on a date without the thought of sex being in the back of your mind. So if you agree to even go on a date with someone, you should know that this man is going to spend his hard-earned money that he sweats and bleeds for every day because he wants sex. That's the end of it. He wants to have sex with you after he spends all this money. And the lack of emotional intelligence to not see that in the effort and then take all the reward.
So you feel
wait. Take all the reward without giving any of it back, because you're going to say, no, we're not having sex tonight. And then you go home. Yes, everyone operates on a reward basis. You go to work so you can get paid at the end of the month. You do your chores so your mom can give you a biscuit at the end of the day. Everything works like that. You want your baby to behave, you give them a toy. Everything is a reward thing. So even when you're in a relationship or you're approaching a prospect, you're expecting a reward. And a man, women should know this, at the end of the day is going to do all these things for you for sex. And so if you take all this reward and you don't give any of it back to him because you think that sex is even an extra bonus when he's actually giving you as much sex as you're giving him, on top of all the money that he spent on you on that date that he earned, you're still gonna say no sex for you. Try again next month. Okay, that's why women. That's why women. That's why women don't understand men.
Because I can easily go on a date with someone. He can say to me, "You're coming back to my place, and we can kiss a little bit, roll around a little bit, but you're still not getting none. I like you enough. I'm sleeping over. I'm still staying." I could have opted to and say, "Listen,
that's different. That's different. That's different. That's a technicality.
No, that's not a
technicality. That is a technicality. That is a technicality because no, that's what I'm saying. No, that's a technicality. That's a technicality.
No niggas. Wow.
That is a technicality.
Nah, sex is not everything, eh?
No one said sex is everything. I'm just talking from the scenario of when you're going on a date with a guy and you ignore all of the rewards.
Oh no, trust and believe. Even if I don't give you sex, I'm still sitting there holding my thighs together like, this nigga's the one. He gon' get it, but not tonight. Not tonight.
I'm talking from the scenario where you say you won't give it to him at all.
I mean, not at all. Come on. It's like, listen, you go on dates, you test, and you trial people. You go on dates. If I feel like after the date, I'm not giving you no sex, I'm going home, you will never hear from me again. End of story. That's not at all for me. But if I plan on seeing you again, guaranteed you will get some.
Yeah.
That's if I like you.
Cool. I'm running dry.
I don't know, because
I have one last question.
Everything that you said is basically men deserve to have sex whenever they want it, if they have a hun, and if they take you on a date, they should be able to get sex from you, which is ridiculous to me.
Okay, to you, sure. To every woman, probably. And to probably half of the men who are going to watch this, it is ridiculous. But that's because most men have been brainwashed into ignoring how much value they add to the pursuit of women, that women don't contribute back. Men do a lot more for women in a relationship or throughout the span of a relationship than women ever do back. And men have been brainwashed into allowing it. That's why a woman can say, I want this, and I'm going to give you this in return, and you need to be okay with it. I'm going to give you sex in return, and you need to be okay with it. As if the sex is exclusively beneficial when it's a mutual interaction. When you're coming as much as more than he is, when you're benefiting even more from the sex that you're giving him than he is from the same encounter on top of all the effort. And so I'm bringing out this uncomfortable perspective just so that the men can actually realize that every time you go to work and your boss is sitting on your head and they're swearing you and the landlord's on your ass and your debt collectors are knocking on your door and black tax kicks in and the account just keeps going bloop, 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 bloop. And then this woman comes in and then you're paying for the date, then you're paying for the clothes, then you're paying for the trips, then you're paying for the vacations, and you're getting sex, and you're getting sex back. That sounds like slavery.
Okay.
And men need to understand that when they pick the women that they pick, they need to pick a woman who's able to give, who's able to enhance, and not just suck the blood out of you.
Of course.
Because there's this negative perception in men's head in general that once you have a woman, you need to do everything for her because she's a prize. And I also suffered from this mindset as well, because women we're raised as boys to see women as these precious, fragile, like crystals or diamonds that once you get one, you need to really put it on a pedestal, right? But then you grow up and then you get to reality and you realize, like, yo, this life thing requires two people who can stand side by side and lift the weight together and do the push-ups together to push the boulder back up the mountain. And that requires the muscle to be built in unison, not with one sitting, chilling, having the sweet deal, whilst the other one is constantly praising and giving and etc.
Talking about all this is, I hear you. I do. I hear you. But at the same time, well, it comes down to what I believe. And I have this thing in my own head, and I don't know how true this is for other women. But it's like, I have this thing in my head where it's like, okay, if I sleep with him on first night, what is he gonna think of me? Is he gonna think that, oh, I just go out on dates and I just do this? So every time anyone remotely looks at me, because I'm not unattractive, there are people that will come to me, that will want to talk to me, that will want to take me out on dates, whatever it is. It's like, okay, I took on a date and I'm one of how many, first of all. And it's like, okay, I did this. Now you saying that every man that takes a kind on a date needs to get sex after. It's like, okay, I must go sleep with five niggas.
I'm not saying he needs to.
5 niggas. So now
I'm not saying
I just sleep with anybody
I'm not saying
after
he
any
needs.
date. That's
I'm not saying he needs.
There needs to be exclusivity.
I'm not saying he needs to have sex. I'm saying it's on his mind.
Of course, it's on everyone's mind.
It is always the ultimate outcome of a date. And I'm not talking about boys. I'm not talking about a teenager. I'm talking about a man when he's going out on a one-on-one date. No, that sounds like a child speaking.
No. Men, boys, period.
I'm not just gonna
give you sex.
I'm not talking about giving every date sex. I'm not talking about every man just wants sex and he will say I want sex. I'm saying
done paid every bill for everything and he's taking you here and he's taking you to the jet to Dubai.
Maybe if I say what I'm trying to say, then we won't have to repeat it 500 times.
Okay.
All I'm saying is men who take you out on a date and who even spend 5 rand, spends any amount on a date, the ultimate outcome in his mind is to sleep with you, if not to date you, right? And so all I'm saying is that after all of that effort, women still not feel the need to contribute to the experience. And so withholding sex is kind of like saying whatever you do is not valuable enough on the level where
So sex makes
is
it valid.
approved. Yes. For most men. For most men, yes. He will buy you a yacht for sex. He will start a war with Japan for sex.
Yes, I
so
understand.
you need to understand.
The first date, though.
But that's what I'm saying. Most women do sleep with you after the first date today anyway. So it's lost a lot of its value. But I'm just speaking from a general perspective of when a woman does say no after a man has done a whole lot of effort. So a men are very transactional. It's like if I pay $10 or 10 rands or 10 pounds, I'm getting a bottle of juice. If I take this woman on a date and I spend this much money, she's going to give me something that feels good enough to make up for when I wake up tomorrow and I see the account and I'm like, I blew another 10K on someone who just sat there and decided I wasn't worth it. So if women want to understand men a little better, they need to read into the transaction behind all the actions that men do, because men count those things like bills in their heads. Like I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. I didn't get this or that or this or that. So why am I doing this, that? And so if women don't catch that, then there's this miscommunication. It's like, I don't understand what he wants. I don't understand. I'm not giving him what he wants. I'm not getting enough. Oh my God, no, I wasn't ready.
Decide if she's worth it or not in the end.
Yeah, sure. Even if she is worth it, all women will give you this headache. Even the one that you choose, even the one that ends up being your soulmate.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, if you want to understand each other a little better, you need to understand this key little difference in the way that men process a date or an action in favor of. Is all I'm saying. But coming back, and this is dragging on, but since we're talking about sex, it's deep, it's muddy, it's wet, it's dirty. So let's just keep sliding down the path. Right? So my final question is, do you think that sex depreciates a person? The more you have it, the less valuable you are.
No.
Okay. So why should you be married after? Why should you only have sex after marriage?
I can't say.
But you just said at the beginning of the video